It's Friday Night Live with Vince, pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school football previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Friday Night Live, presented by the Varsity Sports Show. It is our post-game show after a full night of high school football that had all the drama and rain delays and everything else, which is also why we were a little delayed starting our show tonight. But it's great to be here. Vince D'Alicio here with our co-host from earlier in the evening, Devin Blankenship in Phoenix, and Matthew McCord in Mesa. Devin, Matt, how's it going?
It's going good. Going good. Had a fun night of football.
That's for sure.
Yeah, it's been a good night. Good thing the weather barely held off, but it held off. Nonetheless, we got some football in, and that's what's most important.
Exciting stuff. And we've got a lot of good things to talk about tonight. Actually, first thing we're going to do is we're going to kick it off and head back out to East Texas, where it is 12:18 a.m. With our very own J.R. Lambright. Let's take it out to J.R. and Matt. Take it away, gentlemen.
Hey,
What's
how
up,
you doing, Matt?
How are you, JR?
Woo! It was quite a game out there at Coleman's Mill and West Bean.
All right, so West Sabine puts up 51 on Combs Neal. Really just takes it to him. I mean, you said there were a really good player on Combs Neal, though, that played three positions and played a lot of the game. That's really important, but nonetheless, it was a really dominant win for West Sabine. So can you talk us through how the game went a little bit?
Well, by the first half of the game, they had already put up 30 some odd points, West Sabine, and then by the second half, they just kept going. And then when it got to the fourth quarter, of course, they just ran out the clock. I mean, the fourth quarter went by really, really fast. By 9:30 p.m. here, Central Time, that was game.
Right, and then we'll talk a little bit about your player of the game as well. So you shouted out a player that played three positions in the game and played most of it. What can you maybe say about his productivity throughout the game?
Dean Yates
Dean
for
Yates.
Coleman's Mill, number 4. He, man, that player's got some heart. Like every game, and like West Sabine was taking it to him. The guy weighs like $147. He's playing quarterback. He's playing running back. He's playing cornerback or free safety. I can't remember which. Yeah. Like,
I mean, nonetheless,
2 out of 3 lanes, offense and defense, half the game.
That's a lot of heart right there. Even with weighing $140, that's funny. But nonetheless, I mean, a pretty lopsided game. Good job on you to really go out and take notes at it and go out and get a lot of in-person experience with it too. So that's a great job, JR. Thank you for the insight from Texas. We really appreciate it.
We'll see y'all around.
All right. Thanks, JR. Good stuff. Okay, JR Lambright from East Texas. We're going to head it down to Tucson, Arizona. We're going to bring on our very own Kira Aronoff with Devin. Take it away.
Hello.
How you doing, Kira?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. A little bit of a lopsided game down there in Tucson tonight.
Yeah, 44-3, I think, was the final score.
Yeah. Did you see anything that Ironwood did that they can kind of take moving forward any good at all, or was it kind of just all desert?
That's a good question. I actually want to talk about that a little bit. I mean, I think their defense still put up a good fight. There was a couple field goal blocks that they kind of put through. So I think that was a good job on their part. Obviously, Desert Mountain's offense is kind of lightning over there. They're kind of going hard. So they put up a good fight. I think the score, can always say one thing, but, watching the game, they did put up a good fight. They did a couple blocks. I think they had a sack as well. So yeah, I think they put up a good fight, but unfortunately kind of a wipeout tonight.
Yeah. Did you have any player of the game that you wanted to kind of talk about?
Yeah. So we wanted to talk to we talked to Kai Chen, and then Also, Easton Connor was a big player tonight. Talking to Kai-chan was really cool, though. He also shouted out Easton Connor. I think they're kind of a cool duo there. I think they're inspired by each other, clearly. But yeah, I think they both kind of worked really hard. We also had, I think, a total of, I want to say 5 touchdowns tonight, and then 2 interceptions, I want to say. So they played a good game. But yeah.
That's very exciting. Well, thank you for joining us, Kira. Hope you have a great rest of your night.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Awesome. Nice work. Big win for Coach Conrad Hamilton and his Desert Mountain Wolves team down in Tucson tonight as they defeat Ironwood Ridge. Big win for them. We'll hear from Coach Hamilton tomorrow morning on the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 at 9:15. Let's take it now. I think we're going to head over to, what do we have next? We have Greg Graves with us, who's going to be joined by Matt. Take it away, Matt.
What's up, Greg? How are you?
Good. How are you, Matt?
Good. So Horizon, coming off a triple OT loss last week, had a big game tonight against Cactus Shadows, one that was very important. Kind of talk us through what you saw a lot throughout the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a battle on both ends to literally the final whistle. Horizon essentially won on a blocked PAT after a 75-yard scramble by Cactus Shadow. And, I think for Horizon, the key takeaway was they didn't go in with their quarterback because he was sick, and the running game was just one of the best performances, I've seen at any level.
Impressive. And then, with Horizon, you talked about the running back. There's kind of a 2-headed, 3-headed monster that they kind of run back there as well. Who was the one that stood out to you tonight?
Yeah, obviously Bodie Zamorano was our player of the game. He was the standout. But honestly, a special shout out to just want to make sure I get his name right here. Yeah, Dylan Brush. He was kind of the yin and yang, as Coach put it, to Bodie tonight, and they were unbelievable.
Did the receiver Klopfenstein had a big imprint on this game?
Yeah, Klomp scored 3 touchdowns, but all rushing touchdowns. So as much, and it honestly goes to credit of what Bodie did, because as well as Klopfenstein played, Zamorano still walked away with the player of the game.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Greg. Have a good night. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Great work. And Horizon getting back on track with a real narrow victory, but a victory nonetheless at Cactus Shadows tonight. Nice work there. And let us head on out to Las Vegas and Bishop Gorman High School. We've been covering Bishop Gorman this season, and our very own Nick Anderson is going to be joined with Devin here to talk a little bit about that game. Take it away, Devin.
Nick, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, Devin?
Going good. I'm always envious because down here in Phoenix, in Las Vegas, you guys have a ton of Division I talent up there in Bishop Gorman. They got a massive, 58-0 win tonight?
Yep, huge 58-0 win. They got 16 3-star or better recruits on 247 Sports, and they just dominated both sides of the ball, even on special teams. They scored 21 points within the first 6 minutes. Surprisingly, in second quarter, there were no points scored, which was shocking, but in the end, they ended up pouring just so many points in that second half to put the score up 58-0. Just complete, utter domination on both sides of the ball.
Out of those, like you said, 16 3-star or better players, who was your one standout guy tonight?
I'm giving it to the 5-star commit to Oregon, Jet Washington. It's one thing when you have 3 interceptions in one game. It's another thing when you take 2 of those back to the house. So he alone completely outscored the Mojave Rattlers tonight. So he put up 12 points on his own. He's spectacular. He stands at 6'5". The guy's a basketball player playing safety, and he's remarkable. He's truly incredible. But it wasn't just him on defense. There were so many other players like Prince Williams and Hayden Stepp who stepped up on that side of the ball. And on offense, you had players like Micah Eugenio, Noah Cole, and Kyan Watson, who were just amazing tonight. They were all just incredible, great team win.
As an Oregon Ducks fan, man, I'd love to hear that Jet Washington was balling out. That makes me happy for the future. Bishop Gorman is obviously they're the number 7 ranked team in the country. A massive 58-0 convincing win. Do you think that's going to improve them at all? Maybe get them into the top 5?
It's tough because Gorman plays, I would call it an easier schedule heading out. and a lot of the teams ahead of them in the top 6 need to lose. And looking at the live scores, it looked like all those teams secured their wins tonight. So they would need a miracle, especially heading into conference play in the Trinity League when Mater Dei plays St. John's Bosco, when Sierra Canyon has to play those teams. It's going to come down to when those teams are going to have to win or lose, and I think Gorman can jump a couple spots during that time.
Yeah, that's awesome, and good luck on the future covering Bishop Gorman. That's very exciting stuff. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great night, Nick.
Absolutely. Thank you, Devin.
Great job, Nick Anderson out in Las Vegas. Nick, the best of the best, and did a great job tonight on the call with Bishop Gorman's big win over Mojave. We are going to send it back out to Texas, and our Big 12 insider, Manav Gupta and Matt are going to talk a little bit about how some of those recruits that are big in the eyes of the Arizona schools performed tonight. So take it away, Matt.
What's up, Manav? How are you?
I'm doing great. Late night here, but great to be here.
Yeah, we talked to you earlier around 8:30 your time in Houston, and now around well after midnight.
Yeah.
Earlier we talked about some huge recruits that were coming through, maybe the state of Arizona, and also getting a lot of national attention. I mean, what kind of went on throughout the night in Houston?
Yeah, so obviously a big, high school night here on Friday as usual. A couple of big players that are on the radar for Arizona State. A couple of running backs and their schools performed really well today. Carde Mack Sr., he's one of the top running backs in Houston this year, class of 2026. He has already committed to Arizona State, and he has performed amazing this season for his Atascocita High School as they win 34-3 today over their rivals in Humboldt and north of Houston. So big win for his team and the future Arizona State Sun Devil. Great running back. He had 40 touchdowns last year. So his team has been doing great up there in North Houston. As far as another running back, we have Landon Williams Callis. He is in the class of 2027, another running back. Third best running back in the country for his 2027 class. He's received offers from both Arizona and Arizona State. He plays for Randall High School, and they won today as well, 25-7 over Texas City. Randall High School, they won their first state championship last year. They were 16-0. So that running back has played a critical role for them, and they win big tonight as well. So overall, a good night for the Arizona State recruits.
Awesome, a great night. Love to hear Arizona State recruits doing well.
Yeah.
I mean, other than them, are there any, big name maybe players or big name schools in Houston that had some big wins throughout the night?
I mean, yeah, you'll typically see teams out in the west of Houston win, like Bridgeland and teams like that. A lot of NFL players have come out of Atascocita High School, like I mentioned earlier, with Carde Mack. I think Arizona State's doing really well in terms of getting talented running backs. Right here, I think their depth is going to be looking really good for the next couple of years, especially with the talent out of Houston.
That's great, Manav. We appreciate your insight so much, all the way from Houston, too. We know it's a late night, so
Yeah,
we'll let you do your thing and get on with the night. So we appreciate it so much. Have a good one.
you too. Thank you.
Nice work, Manav Gupta, doing a great job for us. And that being said, let us now take it out to Alhambra High School here in Phoenix, where we had the Viva Varsity Spanish broadcast tonight. Alhambra hosting Carl Hayden with Jorge Guajardo and the newest member of our team, Sebastian Mata. Take it away, Devin.
Jorge, Sebastian, how you guys doing?
Good, and you, Devin?
Doing well, doing well. I wish we could get on here and talk about how exciting of a game you guys had tonight, but it looked like Carl Hayden kind of took it to him. Was there anything that you saw from Alhambra that they can maybe take moving forward to get better?
Not a lot, Devin, to be honest. Pretty much everything was bad. The body language, especially towards the end. It looked like they were giving up a little bit, to be honest. It was tough. The whole game was really just a blast from the beginning for the Falcons, for Carl Hayden. Alhambra actually did lead in this game 2-0 after a quick safety. So that was like their one shining little piece of hope, but not a lot, I think, to take away from this game moving forward.
Yeah, it's hard to keep the attitude's up when you're kind of getting dominated like that. But was there any players that you want to choose for kind of a standout player of the game that you want to let us know about?
Yeah. For sure, yeah. The quarterback for Carl Hayden, he was definitely a very good player. He made some really good plays, and I felt like he really defined the game, especially by the end of it. He was making some really good plays.
Right. Obviously, we're here to talk about, Friday night sports, Friday night football, but I actually wanted to ask you a question about Viva Varsity, new to the Varsity Sports Show. What does it mean for you guys to kind of bring your knowledge of football and bring awareness of football to the Spanish-speaking community?
Yeah, I mean, so they're kicking us out of the field, so I'm gonna be real quick about this. It's just a pleasure to be able to bring a language to a market, that's relatively untapped, especially in a real Latin mixed area like Phoenix. So that's what I'm proud about. I don't know, Sebastian, real quick.
Yeah, I'm very proud of the fact that I speak Spanish. I'm very proud that my parents taught me it. I speak it fluently, and I'm very proud of it. So I'm proud that I can deliver this service, a sport that isn't necessarily covered in Spanish very often. I'm proud I can deliver that service to people who might want to learn about it more.
That's awesome. Well, Sebastian, Jorge, I know you guys got to kind of bolt out of there, but thank you for your time. I hope you guys have a great night.
Thank you.
Great job, you guys. And welcome to the team, Sebastian. Nice work.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, you guys. Be safe. Okay. Great job tonight. Let us now, we're going to take it up to Sacramento, California with our very own Rodolfo Gomez, who had a chance to see another game tonight. And take it away, Matt.
Hey, Rodolfo, how are you doing?
Good, Matthew. How's it going?
Good. We knew you were out at the Wood Creek versus Vista Del Lago game, and Wood Creek just took it to them, 45-14. I mean, what really stood out to you about that Wood Creek offense tonight?
Man, let me tell you, at the beginning, it was a very close game. Actually, Vista Del Lago came out on top, and it was a back and forth game. Then all of a sudden, around the second quarter, with 6 minutes left, I was talking about number 9. Isaiah Melendez. He literally took a 75-yard rushing touchdown. It was electric. The crowd went absolutely ballistic. Then after that was the breaking point of the game. They just kept piling it on. Then the third quarter began. Their first play, it was electric, and they kept going after that. And I mean, Vista Del Lago couldn't handle them.
Was there anything to you about Vista Del Lago when the game was close that you feel like they were doing kind of well that kind of just got away from them?
Yeah, they were playing both well offensively and defensively the first 2 quarters. But then all of a sudden, after, like I said, that rushing touchdown, they just fell apart. They were playing very tight. They were keeping their rushing game very low, and their passing game also, which they both rely on those offensively. But after that rushing touchdown, I mean, everything's changed, and all of a sudden they let the floodgates open. So,
when it comes to Wood Creek, we know about the 75-yard rushing touchdown now, but was there anyone else on that offense that kind of stood out? Quarterback, receiver, maybe?
Man, let me tell you, this was a one man's game, and I'm telling you that this man, Josiah Melendez, he was everywhere. He was playing both the cornerback defensively, and he was being the QB offensively. He was absolutely everywhere. And also, another thing to mention, there was also a Sierra College recruit, which is a junior college around this area, that was there. I was able to talk to them, and they were looking for him exactly, and other players. But there were some other players I talked about, but they were hurt, so they didn't play today. So it was basically just a one-man show today.
Well, Rodolfo, we're happy you had a good time at the game tonight. I mean, it was a bit of a blowout. At least it was close early, but nonetheless, you did a great job reporting it. We'll let you get on with your night tonight. Have a good one, Rodolfo.
All right, Matthew. Thank you.
You too. All right, guys. Gone through a few games. We've gone through Texas, Sacramento, Vegas, Phoenix, Tucson. We've been everywhere. We're going to send you to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back from the Saguaro O'Connor game.
What's up, everybody? It's Rob Blackney, Medicine in Motion, out here in Paris. We're here at the Roland Garros.
Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live on Varsity Sports Show. Abigail, you're out for the Saguaro versus Sandra Day O'Connor game. What a game.
Oh, you're telling me. And it's starting to rain a little bit, but that's okay. Oh yeah, you're telling me that fourth quarter was crazy. I have no words. I'm ready for your question. I'm ready to answer them.
It was the second half was crazy. There's a lot of scoring going on in the second half. Did you notice anything different going on between the two teams, causing them to score more?
So like in the first half, it was a back and forth. Like, both of the quarterbacks were going in and out. Number 7 and number 10, Marcel Jones and um, uh, Palin is his last name, and I don't know if the momentum kind of just like died in the second quarter. Like defense was their offense was really well. Our defense just couldn't get to them, and it was really that fumble, that loss of the ball control in the last 5 minutes of the game that really no one could grab a hold of the ball. So then it went farther and farther back, and that's how Sandra Day O'Connor was able to score in the last couple minutes.
Right. Was there any players that you wanted to give a shout out to tonight? Anyone that you had as the player of the game?
Yes, my player of the game was number 7 quarterback Marcel Jones. He ran in 2 touchdowns and then threw 2 touchdowns, so a total of 4. And he's going to be my player of the game. He is speedy fast when he has the ball, in and out of people. So he was definitely my player of the game and someone you want to watch out for the rest of the season.
Shout out, Abby.
Awesome. What was the atmosphere like? Obviously, I was watching it on YouTube, the stream. It seemed very intense, but you were there on the sideline. What was the atmosphere like?
Yeah, so actually it was alumni night. So a couple teams from past years were here. The stands was crazy. It was actually homecoming game as well. They had the royalty on the field. It was electric in the beginning, died out in the middle as usual, and then you just heard the stands roaring during that fourth quarter.
That's so exciting. Well, thank you for joining us, Abigail. I hope you have a great rest of your night.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great one.
All right. Thanks, Abigail. Nice work. And as we transition, we're going to go to the other side of town and bring on Ethan Troll, who was out at a game that I was at least I was there for the first half, and that was out in Buckeye at Yonker. It got some nice steady rain there. Hopefully you guys made it through okay. So, Ethan, good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys too. And yeah, we made it through the rain. It stopped all throughout the second half, so we got lucky there.
Nonetheless, how are you doing, Ethan? You have a good night?
It was a very fun night. It was a very entertaining first half, and then the second half, I wish it could have gone a little bit better for both sides, but for Buckeye, for the Hawks, they literally ran away with it. It was close game at the end of the first half, 14-14. Both starting quarterbacks in Jeremiah Garcia for the Yonkers, and I believe it was Mackay Sharper, yes. And the MVPs for both of their offenses tonight were the quarterback's legs. They ran constantly, and they each scored a rushing touchdown, with Garcia scoring 2, and the only 2 of the game But when it came to the second half, Buckeye just went back to what's been working for them this season, and that's been consistently running the ball, and that's how they were able to get away with the game.
Awesome. So we talked about the quarterback's legs and stuff like that, but in the second half, it looks like Buckeye started to really, pull away from Yunker. What was it maybe about that Buckeye defense that stood out to you in the second half?
Honestly, it was the pass rush. They didn't send. It's crazy because last season they were known for sending 6-7-man blitzes on almost every play. And now they've gone into more of a 4-man, 5-man rush here and there. And it's working. It worked for them tonight. They beat both tackles off the line, and Garcia, poor guy, he was running for his life throughout the rest of the second half, and he tried to make something out of nothing on almost every play. So you got to give credit to that front four for the Hawks, man. They were coming in for the prey.
All right, well, Ethan, we appreciate you going all the way out there, all the way out west to go cover this game. I mean, a great game, another win for Buckeye, a huge one in that rivalry. We appreciate you so much. Have a good night, brother.
Of course, you
Thanks.
guys. You too. Have a good night.
Nice work. Okay. And with that, we are going to head back a little east, but still kind of west to Goldwater High School, where they hosted the McClintock Chargers and our very own Jasmine Dickmans with Devin. Take it away, Devin.
Jasmine, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. Tell us a little bit about the game tonight. Way out
It was so exciting. I mean, it was a homecoming game for Goldwater as well, so the stands were packed. I've overheard that the band kids were with more than 180 kids. It was insane. Yeah, they had a lot of support there. But the Chargers did get away with the win 22-16. But it was so exciting. It was back and forth, and it was a really good game to see. Yeah, me and my co-commentator, we were talking like it would be really nice to see in overtime just to see them play more because it was so exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. Was there any standout players of the game that you wanted to shout out?
Yeah, so for us, it really was CP Parsons for the Chargers. He is number one. He played an amazing game, running lots of balls, running through the defense of the Bulldogs, and taking so many hits and still being able to keep going, keep fighting up until the last minute. That was amazing to see.
That's awesome. How was the weather out there? I know downtown we didn't get as much rain, but some people were saying they got some steady rain. There was some delays.
Yeah, it was pretty okay for us in the beginning. It was very windy. We also saw that having an effect on the game as well with the ball rolling off for kickoff multiple times, but even in the line of scrimmage, sometimes the ball would just roll away because of the heavy wind. At halftime break, we did have heavy rain, which made the field slippery, and we also saw that back in the plays as more players started to slip on the field. But luckily for them, no heavy rain during the actual game.
Well, it sounded like you got a great game and some great football weather. I hope you have a good night. Thank you, Jasmine.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. All right, good stuff with McClintock, the visiting team, coming away with a win over Goldwater tonight, 22-16. And our final guest of the evening, we're going to send it back out to Las Vegas, where we had a chance to cover the Centennial Bulldogs of Vegas, hosting Palo Verde with our very own Marla Mundo from UNLV. Marla.
Hi, guys. How are you doing?
What are you up to, Marla? Was it a good night out there at the game? Looked like a great game.
It was a great game. We had this really long rain delay, which is where I'm at. I'm in our shelter. I'm in the press box. We had this. It was like hour and 45-minute rain delay. It was a lot of lightning here, but it was really such a nice game. It was really close, and Palo Verde almost came back down 2 possessions to win the game, but ultimately came short.
What kind of influence that Palo Verde comeback? What was it with their passing game? Their defense got going. What was it?
There was a lot of penalties, but they had their emergency quarterback in, wide receiver Jake Gutara in at quarterback, and he was able to make some amazing throws. He had one amazing throw to Gardenier where he caught it right as he was going out of bounds on the sideline, defender in his face. Really, that pushed that 2-minute drill back, but they fell short in that 2-point conversion. Centennial's defense was just too much to handle.
Was there anybody on the Centennial team that stood out to you, or Palo Verde, that you'd like to shout out?
Yeah, so Brogdon Church, 3 touchdowns. It's not Sunday, but it was church every day. He had 3 different touchdowns. He had over 10 yards almost per carry. It seemed like he was really just everything for Centennial, everything they would want in a running back.
Awesome. So, how was the weather for you guys? Was it good weather, good football weather?
Not really. It was a rain delay. We saw a couple mix-ups. A lot of balls went right through their hands, slipped out of their hands because it was just raining. But the rain died down, and we were able to get a pretty good game.
All right, that's what's important. We got some football play. Great job out there in Vegas, Marlo. We appreciate it. We'll let you have a good night now.
You too. Bye, guys.
All right, so just going out to Vegas to cover Centennial and Palo Verde. We'll be right back after this commercial break. We'll see you guys here in a few minutes.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. APAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, APAC has you covered. Call APAC, AAPAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Hello, Varsity Sports Show family. I'm Tommaso Perez from ASU. Join me as I bring you inspiring sports stories and updates from our Catholic schools, where faith, tradition, and athletics come together. Catch me live on KDOS 1060 AM Saturdays from 9 to 11 and during Varsity Sports Show game broadcast.
And welcome back to Friday Night Live post-game show. My name is Vince Delicio, joined once again with Devin Blankenship and Matthew McCord. Okay, guys, big night. Obviously, we had some weather issues, but we got through the night. Did you guys end up with any favorites tonight of some big games?
I want to mention Saguaro, alumni night, homecoming night, and you lose on a walk-off field goal to 1-5 O'Connor. It's a bit of a one that hurts a little bit, but nonetheless, time to regroup, get back to work, and go out and win the next one if you're Saguaro. That's what's most important.
Yeah, that's a gut-wrenching loss for Saguaro. I want to pick that one. That was my favorite, obviously.
I stole it.
When you see a walk-off field goal, that's awesome. But the Horizon and Cactus Shadows game was also spectacular. Cactus Shadows somehow, scoring with 2 minutes left, I think, on a 75-yard broken scramble, and then a blocked field goal from Horizon to win the game, secure the win 24-23. It was crazy.
I think us covering Yunker and Buckeye is really cool. Buckeye came away with a win. I think it's really important to that Yunker High School especially as well for us to come out and, kind of spread attention to their games. So it's something kind of cool way out there west, and I'm sure they really appreciate it. So I think that's really cool to highlight a good rivalry.
Yeah, I wanted to give a special thank you to Yunker Athletic Director Jackie Garcia, who's been a real advocate in getting us out there, and we appreciate that. And while tonight didn't quite go their way, the stands, the community, the whole town of Buckeye showed up at that game. And the irony of it is that Yunker was the better team coming in tonight, and they have never beaten Buckeye. and that streak got extended tonight. Buckeye came away with a win pulled away in the second half, won by a couple of scores. But Yonker is going to make some noise come postseason. They are that good. Tonight was not their night, unfortunately. But thank you again to the Buckeye community for welcoming us, allowing us to do our pregame show there, and to get through our broadcast. Had some technical glitches early on with connectivity, and once we got that settled, things were pretty seamless. So thank you again. On behalf of all of our field correspondents tonight, from Tucson, from Phoenix, all over Metro Phoenix, from Las Vegas, Nevada, and from our very own co-broadcast team tonight, Devin Blankenship from Phoenix, Arizona, and Matthew McCord in Mesa, Arizona. My name is Vince DeLisio. We'll see you tomorrow morning on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, 9 to 11 a.m. Have a great night, everyone.
It's Friday Night Live with Vince, pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school football previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live.